Schofield is here, host of Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered, our favourite royal correspondent. Kinsey, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. So good to see you. I think we've had a pretty busy weekend in the royal watching community.
Yes, you absolutely have. I mean, they're on the front pages again, Andrew and Fergie together. A picture of Andrew looking very stern. I think the picture's actually from the Duchess of Kent's funeral. But will Fergie's Epstein emails allow Charles to finally exile the Yorks? It doesn't look great, does it, this email exchange that she seems to have had?
It doesn't. And over the weekend, the Daily Beast talked to Andrew Loney, who wrote that recent book about Prince Andrew. And Andrew says that he feels that it was more than £15,000 that Fergie actually borrowed from Epstein. He said it's more along the lines of £2 million that Fergie borrowed from Epstein, which would justify some of those overly gushy, gooey sentences in that apology email. I mean, 15,000, you know, but 2 million. Yeah, you're going to have to do some begging and some, you know, begging for forgiveness and some sucking up.
I mean, the problem for her, of course, is 15,000 doesn't go very far in the world of Fergie. And there was some suggestion, was there not, that one of the things that they used his money for was to secure the ski lodge somewhere in Switzerland, and which would have cost an awful lot more than 15 grand, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I just think that this should be the final straw for King Charles. Will he do it? I don't know. In my opinion, we've seen a bit of weakness in him in the form of a 54-minute tea with Prince Harry. I would love to see him put his foot down and be more firm when it comes to the Duke and Duchess of York. However, you know, there was a lot of criticism about their appearance at the Duchess of Kent's funeral. You know, I knew people inside. They said audible gasps when they walked in the room at the funeral, that a lot of people couldn't believe they were there. But again, that would have been under the category of a family event. So normally they would be welcomed at something like that. It's royal events where they seem to be in timeout.
Yes. I mean, a couple of the quotes here will put everybody's minds, I'm sure, in the right place. You have always been a steadfast, generous and supreme friend to me and my family. And then she talks about how can I thank you enough? You are a friend indeed, and I will one day give it you back. But I cannot have the words to thank you now. And she calls him her dear, dear friend, Geoffrey.
It doesn't look great, Mike. It does not look good at all, especially when we saw a few weeks ago, thanks to other Epstein emails, that Prince Andrew did not break off their friendship at the point in time that he told the BBC that they did. Obviously, these two look very dishonest. They look like opportunists, and they look greedy and vulgar.
Yeah, which is surprising, really, because that's not what they are, is it? Nothing could be further from the truth. Greedy and vulgar. I mean, you know, it looks as though now they're going to be told to stay away from public events, because I don't know if you saw, there was another bit of footage of Andrew standing next to Prince William at that funeral and making some kind of what was clearly meant to be some kind of funny remarks to William, and William just completely blanks him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that video have gone any more viral? With poor Prince William looking like he wanted to be anywhere else in the world, but standing next to Prince Andrew. One of the journalists at Marie Claire wrote, if the pointed non-reaction is considered an art, Prince William has officially perfected it regarding that video.
Absolutely. And they're likely now going to be told to stay away from Christmas at Sandringham, because one of the things I remember that happened was there was a bit of a softening towards Andrew and Fergie, wasn't there, after the Duke of Edinburgh died, Prince Philip, because he was thought to be the one that really couldn't stand her, and after he passed away, the suggestion was that she might be welcomed back into the big house, because she'd always been left at the bottom of the road. But it looks like it's back to the bottom of the road for them, and maybe not even anywhere near the estate.
I mean, this is the consequences of their own actions. I wish that I could say anything to defend them, but they have been troublemakers for decades now, and really are such liabilities when it comes to the future of the British royal family. And if they had any, you know, pride or dignity whatsoever, I think they would just disappear.
Right.
But their refusal to quietly go away, it just shows you the arrogance we're dealing with. And if I were in your position, I wouldn't want those people representing my country as members of the British monarchy.
Definitely not. Similar things being written this morning about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They made a surprise appearance in Santa Barbara with, was it Kevin Costner's estate it was all going on?
So this is an event that they do every year, and it is for the firefighters in the area, in the Santa Barbara area. Last year, Meghan didn't attend, and Prince Harry attended solo. And it was interesting because the year before that, they did attend together.
Right.
And there was this extremely awkward moment on the stage where Meghan almost played tug of war with a woman for a microphone. So Meghan did not... she didn't take the stage, and she didn't have the presence that she did that first year where we saw her kind of take the microphone from a woman that didn't want to give her the microphone. It's clear if you're there that Prince Harry is who they want to be dealing with,
right.
That Prince Harry is who they want on the stage, Prince Harry who they want fronting all of this. And so that first year, I think Meghan embarrassed herself. Maybe that's why she didn't show up the second year, and this year she kind of sat back and let Prince Harry take the stage and do his thing. But you're right, Rob Lowe was there, Oprah Winfrey was there. I don't think we saw Oprah and Harry and Meghan engaging with each other. We haven't seen them engage with each other in a while, right. If I'm being honest with you. But, you know, I'm not going to criticize them for doing a little charity. When they stepped down as working members of the British royal family, they promised to live a life of service. And I'm glad we've seen the 1% of it here, of their life of service, the one charity event I've seen Meghan Markle at in like over a year. Right. Thanks, Meghan.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks very much indeed. Maybe she could give us a few more recipes of things that she's never cooked before for the first time. Here I am trying to cook something. You should try it too. Okay, then. Meanwhile, he's being told that he can't have it both ways, as ever, because he's done that thing where he came here, and I watched you on, I think it was Jeremy's show last week, talking about how maybe they tested him to see what he would do after meeting his father, and he pretty much spilled his guts on everything that happened there. But they've said to him, no, you can't just keep coming in and out and being half in, half out. You know, if you want to come back, fine, but, you know, you can't just pretend you want to come back every now and again and take part.
Well, I think what infuriated most of us was this headline from the Daily Mail over the weekend. It was King and Harry to meet regularly as royal aides plan show of unity. And the idea in that article was that they could potentially, it sounded like, be doing royal engagements together. And if you are a regular royal watcher and a supporter of this monarchy, you think, well, wouldn't it be more beneficial for the king to be seen with his heir, the young man that's going to take over for him one day? Isn't that more important, that united front, and to show Prince William the ropes? But then Rebecca English swoops right in and says, not so fast, in the same publication, the Daily Mail, and says, pump the brakes here. My palace sources say absolutely not. And this is all Sussex propaganda. I think the ultimate objective is for Prince Harry to improve his public image. But there were also reports coming out of the Daily Beast over the weekend that while Harry was in town, he signed Archie up for Eton. I have heard from several people that Archie was talking about wanting his children to go to school in the UK while he was there. So could the ultimate objective be to move the family back, or to move his children back? And he's trying to make nice with the public because he wants to do that. Either way, I think he's a totally self-consumed individual, and I don't think that there's any benefit to the royal family to bring him back into the fold. Yeah,
I know. Extraordinary stuff. Let me just, before I leave you, just get your view of that extraordinary speech by Erica Kirk last night in Arizona, where she said she forgave the killer of her husband. And what an extraordinary event as well. Thousands and thousands of people. The president flying in for Elon Musk was there, J.D. Vance. Very emotional stuff.
It was beautiful. Charlie was my friend, and I've never been more proud of him, to see all those people standing up and to testify about the person he was, and to acknowledge how many people he's brought to Christ throughout this horrible event. Erica is the most beautiful woman, and you know, talking about how faith is a constant practice that you have to do. And, you know, obviously saying that she forgave the killer. She's going to change a lot of people's hearts and minds. And you know what annoyed me about that? When Trump got up and said that he doesn't like his enemies and looked over at Erica and said, maybe you'll need to counsel me. He was joking. It was a light moment. And I've seen so many people like Christians, this is your leader. He has a great sense of humor, and he was trying to have a light moment there. So I wish people would just be kind.
They can't, though, can they? They can't help themselves. They have to find something that they can just scratch away at and niggle at. You know, they can't believe that ordinary, good, you know, God-fearing Americans can actually like Donald Trump and actually quite enjoy his, you know, sometimes slightly quirky sense of humour, sometimes slightly off, but he gets away with it because he's who he is.
I mean, they voted for him, so they know exactly what they're getting when he